So Marcus, this video is for you. I'm not ready to do like an official video yet, but I want to show you the basics of how I teach the Sven system. This should be your bread and butter. You're a shorter fighter, so I set this guy kind of tall to give you sort of the perspective of what you're going to be fighting against. And here's pretty much how I teach this is, the basic Sven system. Get used to walking into your fights keeping your swords over here. Not when you get into range, but just when you get set up, you walk into the fight like this. This is going to teach you that you're doing everything to this side and your left. You're going to fight almost like you're a left-handed fighter for your opening bread and butter shot. And especially being a shorter fighter, I do this when I fight someone who's as tall as me or taller, like Elglin or Duke Edward. And what you're going to do is the right-hand sword for this aspect of the fighting, not 100% of the time, but for this aspect, is going to be your defense, okay? And what you're going to do is you're looking to block whatever they throw at you with this. So if they're throwing their sword at you, okay, they're chopping this way, you're going to catch it here. If they chop over here, you're going to catch it here. If they throw this way, you're going to catch it down here. Anything that's thrown above the waist, which for you is going to be a lot of shots, especially for your lower end OTCs and everyone below that, okay? They're gonna come in and they're gonna throw one of these, or they're gonna try to throw a wrap or something like that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna catch it with this sword. And when you catch it with this sword, you're gonna step with this sword and then throw. And when they throw, we're talking about a right-handed sword and shield, they're going to be open when they throw that. So what you're trying to do is, you're trying to get them to throw. When they throw, you catch it, step, boom, leg shot. Okay? Wherever they throw. If they throw up here, same thing. Catch it, leg shot. So that's the real gist of this. The part of what you're trying to do as a fighter is you're trying to get them to throw that shot. So you don't necessarily want to throw a killing shot from here, okay? But you might throw a couple of shots. You might throw some things at them. You're trying to get them to throw that shot. And when they do, you catch it and you throw. Ideally, you want this to be a wrap. So instead of throwing here, you're gonna turn it over and throw. You're gonna have to learn how to throw a wrap if you don't already know how to do one. It looks like Alex is pretty good at it already, I think. I have a video I'll send you, and I'm sure John can probably teach you how to throw a wrap as well. So here's the other piece of this. So that's shot number one. Shot number two, you're now loaded up for a Molinet. So with your sword turned over like this, Molinet to the head. You may not get a lot of those initially. It took me a while before I started really landing those. But that's sort of what you're trying to do is you're trying to work this quadrant down here and this quadrant up here. Anytime you're working two diagonals on the opponent, okay? If you're throwing a lot of these leg shots, okay, they start leaving this side of the head open, so then you can go, that didn't work, that didn't work. Oh look, their head's open now because they moved their shield over. Occasionally you might see them with their heaters cheat that point all the way over. From there, you can throw that leg shot. Again, when you do that, okay, you've thrown here. Once this comes over, you have to get used to this sword coming back, okay? All of their threats are gonna be to this side, so you're either catching it with this, or you're bringing this back up to block and moving over. I watched your video a little bit. You're definitely doing a lot of these sort of flinch blocks and throwing junk in front of it. I did that for months. Don't worry about that. That's a part of the normal progress that you go through. So that's in a nutshell. I would say learn your wraps, catch with here, Molinet, get out of range, get them to throw, step in, throw, step out, throw here. And that'll get you through the early stages of the Duke Sven and Stjoren two-stick system. Have fun.